Come down a little bit. The hat. Not that far. Come a little bit, child. You don't know a little bit from a lot. Now come down
Okay.
just a little bit. Come down a
Like,
little bit.
no, because you are the
Yeah.
queen on
But you
hopping
gotta
on one
see you
hopping
want
on one
the
foot.
light on your face. That's fine because now we can see your eyes.
Is that better?
Because we can see your eyes now.
All right. Three,
Mhm.
two. You were you were recording. I didn't even know it. Okay. Doggone you, nephew. Ebony Steele, Still Standing Podcast, your favorite girlfriend. How are you doing right now? Well, I don't know how you were feeling, but you should be feeling excellent, not just being here at the Still Standing Podcast, but because of the guest that I have standing by right now. Um, I don't even know how to describe this lady. I thought I knew who she was and I knew everything about her. I found out that there was so much that led up to, I'm not going to waste any more time hopping on one foot more beautifully than anyone I've ever seen, and gracefully becoming this phenomenon, this enigma of an actress or actor. Let me say that. Please help me welcome to Still Standing, Vanessa Bell Calloway.
Hey, Ebony, you forgot barking like a dog, but that's okay.
Oh, barking like a dog. Okay. You know
But trust
what?
me, I hear that enough. Trust me, I hear that enough.
I am so anxious about our topic today because you are such, to me, the ultimate girl's girl. And what I want to talk about adulting. Cut
Oh,
back.
okay.
What I want to talk about is adulting and navigating adult friendships, not relationships. We can talk about that all day. But I go by the moniker, people have given me the name Ebony Steele, your favorite girlfriend. And I see you as I see you as a girl's girlfriend. When
Okay,
you
I
think
take that as a
of,
compliment. Thank you.
oh, for sure, for sure. What is your definition of a friend? No. Who is your best friend?
Well, I have best friends for different reasons, but my very best friend is Star Jones over 38 years now. Yeah, 37, 38 years.
I thought
But I
you
have a
would say,
lot of but I have a lot of good friends, and I have best friends in other areas of my life. And I have a lot of sisters, little sisters, big sisters, sisters the same age. But yeah, I love women. I mean, I'm not gay, not that there's anything wrong with it. So when I say I love women, I mean I don't sexually love women, but I love women. I love our spirit. I love our hair. I love the way we dress. I love the way we run shit. I just love women. So I love being around bright, intelligent, especially if they're smarter than me. I want to be around you. If you're smarter than me, I want to be your friend.
one
So
of my mentors told me that if you're constantly the smartest person in the room, you need to change and move around.
you need to change. I never want to be the smartest person in the room. And sometimes I am like not necessarily the smartest person in the room, but I'm the person that everybody comes to, which is fine because then I get to share the knowledge I've learned from the other people that I've been around. So that's fine. But I definitely never want to be the smartest person in the room. I always want to learn from something. And sometimes just sitting and listening to women talk when we get on different topics is so amazing to me because I always learn something or learn, like you said, you learn more about me, stuff you didn't know, or you learn more about a person that you didn't already know. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thank you. That's a compliment. I try to be a girl's
it
girl, a girl.
is.
I try. Yeah.
Well, I got a verbal, I'm going to call it maybe a verbal spanking from you
Ooh,
when
see, did I do that?
I wanted to call and set up this interview. And I'm one of those people. My grandmother, her name was Flora McGee, and she had the first modeling and charm school in Birmingham, Alabama. As a matter of fact, a lot of Black women in the 60s and early 70s, well, more 60s, late 60s, could
Mm.
not be tellers at banks until they went through her finishing school. So
Oh, all
I've
right,
always
girl.
been a person that has always tried to be correct, follow protocol, that kind of
Right.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
But explain to me, because I had one of my team members to call you to set up being on this podcast. And then had him to call back again. Not him personally, but you made it clear, Ebony, you can call me directly.
Well, because the situation, so the audience knows, is we met years ago, and we got along, and we exchanged numbers, and we text over the years. We've texted back and forth a little bit here or there, not like all the time. And you wanted to get in touch with me for this interview, and you went through somebody else. I'm like, why is she calling them? She has my number. So then I hit you. I'm like, why are you calling them? You have my number. And you're like, oh, okay. And so that was fine. But the second time the person called me, I'm like, why are you calling him? You have my number. We already talked about this. And I'm like this. And you said something like, well, I don't know if I can use that. I said, I gave you my number. I'm in your number. I'm in your phone. You're in my phone. To me, it's like when somebody's name comes up on my phone, and
Right.
even if I have
Caller
a
ID.
short hit, yeah, thank you, caller, the caller ID. But even if I have a short history with you, I have a history. It may be long, it may be short. I know your name immediately. A person's face comes to mind with that name, and especially if I can go back up and see the last time we text, then we have communicated.
That
And
is
if
a good
even
point.
you
Sometimes when
know,
somebody calls or texts you, you look back
there's
and you're
no
like, oh
text.
my God,
Who's
we
this?
haven't talked since 2019.
Or somebody, exactly, or somebody will text you and you forgot to lock in the number. And you're like, oh, who is this? That's happened to me before too. So, I mean, but to me, it's like, I felt like it was okay for you just to reach out to me. And even if you felt uncomfortable, I told you, I said, the next time that happens to you, what you do is you text the person like, hi, sorry I haven't talked to you in a while. This is Ebony, but I need to talk to you about something, whatever. You know, just make
And
it
I'm
clear. And
working
then, yeah.
on a let me tell you, one of the projects I'm working on is a 2026 protocol and etiquette book, because
Okay,
I
that's
think
good.
people just moving around day to day, people's decorum is,
And give it to the young kids. Would you give it to them?
there we go. I know. But once again, we are talking to Vanessa Bell Calloway. I remember, or I think about coming to America, that scene, hop on one foot, whatever you like, that kind of thing. When Coming to America 2 came around, and that part was being played by Tiana Taylor.
Hmm.
Unfiltered, what were your thoughts? I don't want to talk too much, and because it was
Well,
such
first,
a,
she's a badass, honey. That girl is getting it. And I think when she did that movie, she was still kind of hadn't really found her stride in some of the things she's doing now. I'll say that. But knowing now what, if I knew then what I know now, I'd be like, girl, I wish that she and I had time on set because you know how they shoot. She was
sure,
doing, it's just we never really got a chance to do this. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know who she was at the time. People
right.
say, you don't know she's a singer. I said, no, I really didn't. I wasn't familiar with her brand at the time. But that's neither here nor there. I'll just say this: that girl's a badass, and I have
Did
the
you feel any
utmost respect for
pressure?
her.
Did you feel any pressure because maybe that was my iconic moment? What if Tiana Taylor does it
No, absolutely not.
better than
I did
me?
what I did. No, absolutely not. She would do it different than me. It wouldn't be better, just be different. And it wasn't the same exact stuff. It was a different take. It was like a kind of like a pun on what had been done before. So it's not like she did the remake and then you put us our performances side by side. But absolutely, and even if that happened, Ziggy, watch out! It's my dog. He's up there trying to cause havoc. But even if that happened, you don't do that. It's just like you do what you do. You fill the space
And
you feel uniquely, and whatever everybody else does, that's what they do, and it's okay.
you do it so well. So it was interesting when we talked the other day on the phone. Once again, Ebony Steele, Still Standing podcast, talking to just icon Vanessa Bell Calloway. You mentioned it. We were talking about Hollywood and actresses, and in the same sentence, it was so interesting. You mentioned Viola Davis, and then we also mentioned Angela Bassett, and I was like, wow, some people could kind of see them in the same tribe or in the same, going for some of the same roles. How do you navigate those type things? Because has there ever been a role that the three of you all were up for, or you and one of
No,
them?
they don't. Child, honey, they get calls. I still audition from time to time. No, and yeah, no. There's never been a role that I know of it. But and that's the thing too. You never know even in your early stages of your career, you never know what other people are literally auditioning for the same role you are. You best believe there are several people that are auditioning for the same thing you are, and and when you get to that point where you got like they call it a veil or on hold, when you get to that point where they're looking at three people and all three people are kind of in a area where you're just kind of standing still waiting to hear about it, you're all good. Everybody's good. That's not the issue. Nobody's better than the other necessarily. It comes down to types, relationships. It comes down to other things. They just feel this person is better suited for this role. You may be good, but you may have a different
Sure.
feel for that character, and they may
Sure.
like that feel better. So yeah, that's just part of the game. Everybody's out there trying to get it, and if it's yours, you get it, and if it's not, you don't, and you just got to understand that everybody ain't gonna get everything, and you get what's yours, and you move on and wish everybody else well because it just wasn't yours to begin with. And sometimes I have literally been in the movie theaters or seen something on TV, and when I see the person that got something I didn't get, I get it. I said, "Oh, I get why they chose her. Good choice."
If
That's
there
that's
were,
happened several times.
they came to you, Thelma and Louise. You're Thelma. You get to pick whoever your Louise is. Who would your Louise be?
That's a very good question. Nobody's ever asked me that. And
Thank
my
you.
Louise may not might be somebody famous. That's the thing. There's some people that I want to work with because I feel we have a good energy. Like I love Angela Gibbs, Marla Gibbs' daughter. She and I directed something that she and I did years ago. It was like a little short, and I still think about her and I together. We would be hysterical as like the Alice and Crabtree down the street or whatever. Like Thelma and Louise. So everybody that I would think that is not may not be anybody really famous. That's a good
Sure.
question. I just can't tell you offhand who I would choose. I would really have to go back and look at work and look
We're
through
gonna
my personal Rolodex. You know,
we're gonna we're gonna keep that question. So when we talk again, and I only have two more questions for you. I know we are pushed for time.
you gave
We're
me
gonna
something. No, we're fine. But I'm gonna tell you something. That is a question nobody's ever asked me. I think that's a very good question. And I'm very picky about interviews because people ask the same old stale questions.
thank
I'm
you.
going to start thinking about who my Louise is.
Okay.
I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start thinking about if I had a project and I could pull one person in. I know Angela is one person I always think about. But other than Angela,
Angela
who was
Bassett.
that person? No, Angela Gibbs.
Oh, Gibbs. Marla Gibbs' daughter. Okay.
Yeah, she's friends and she's a very good actress. She's a hell of an acting coach. She coaches all the people that win Academy Awards. I don't know if
Oh,
you
I
know that
didn't know
about her.
that.
Yeah. What's his name? I'm looking at his name. He's Batman. He got the Academy Award several years ago. Darn it, I can't think of his name right now. That's Alzheimer's coming in.
Oh, all right.
But she like the Michael Jackson movie coming out. She coached him. The
Oh,
guy,
wow.
who's playing Michael. Michael Keaton. Remember
Michael
Michael Keaton?
Keaton.
She coached on that Academy Award. Michael Keaton got about
Yeah,
five,
Michael
6 years
Keaton.
ago.
I'm looking at
Um,
nephew, my producer.
I'm telling
Michael
you,
Keaton
look
was
that up real quick.
a Batman,
He
wasn't
was
he?
a Batman, but it wasn't that. But it was about
Spider Man.
no. He was a Batman, but it's not. He
Oh,
didn't win the
I'm
Academy
getting them mixed
Award for
up.
that. He
You
was
know, a lot of them
Batman, but
look alike. A lot
and I think
you shoot one, the other one dies. They look
I
alike.
know. I said, but he did not win the Academy Award for Batman. He won it for something else. I can't think of the name of the movie right now. But anyway, she coached
Was it
him.
Twilight? No,
No,
what Twilight?
no.
Okay.
We'll
Um,
have to, we'll
um,
have to look it up.
I know we're
Where's my
pushed for
phone?
time. You're one of my favorite people. I'm gonna cheat and put three questions in one. You decide how you want to answer, but it's people think that they just saw you in Coming to America. Girl,
Hey, not that I'm not grateful for that. It's like y'all, that's been 36 years ago.
girl, you
I've
had
done
a
other I've
Broadway,
done other things. I've done other things, lots of other things.
the Broadway, there was a whole clique of you, Broadway, the Dream Girls cast, Loretta Devine, Denzel
Yeah.
Washington,
hmm
Lawrence
No,
Fishburne,
Denzel wasn't.
his wife
Okay, they were
Pauletta,
the Dream
all,
Girls. Yeah,
and all of
they were the
everybody
Dream Girls.
kind
Okay.
of started from there. But I think some people forget that. Who is your long-term most memories confidant of those Broadway days before the Vanessa we see on TV today?
Once again, it's somebody you don't know. It's friends that I was in the chorus with. It's people you don't know, you know?
Yeah.
This past September. And no, we did not meet in college. We met here in Los Angeles in 1986, about 85. Yeah, in 85, going into 86. A year and 8 months later, we were married. We went on one date and we've never been apart. And I think there's a lot of keys to marriage to me that makes it successful. But the one thing is we keep our marriage very private. You know, you don't see us like in trying to, I mean, people have interviewed us before, obviously, but you know, we're not all over the place. Everybody says, why don't you do the housewives? No, I'm not doing the housewives. Do you notice that all of them get divorced and their relationships are run amok after they get on that show and start telling all their
Right.
business? So
Yeah.
no, not interested in that. But I think there's a lot of things that we practice. Obviously, communication, and even when that is not the best, you can always remember why you love somebody, why you like people, but do you? I mean, you love people, but do you like them? Because we could love a lot of people because you feel like you have to, but do you
Right.
like that person? And I
Some
think that's
different.
very important. And one thing I always say, I tell people, because I get asked this question quite a bit, you know, about sustaining a long marriage. I always say that everybody's got to get up and have somewhere to go. If you are sitting at home waiting on somebody, eventually there's going to be problems. So you got to maintain who you were before you got married. You got to also realize that marriage and love changes. And if you can't change with the love, it's not going to work. And what I mean by change is that insatiable love that you have when you first meet somebody, it changes. You know, it
Yeah.
becomes a partnership. It becomes a lot of things after a while. You get the kids come in, and then the managing the house, you become like business partners. A lot comes in, but so that doesn't mean that the love that you felt is not there. It just kind of shifts. It kind of morphs into other things, and if you don't flow with it, then there could be a problem. And like a younger love is different from a middle-aged love, different from an older love. You know, it really is. Does it? And it doesn't mean a bad thing. You know, a lot of people try to say, "Oh, love changes. That's bad." No, it's really not bad. It means you've matured and then you've grown together. And I think one of the things that really messes up a lot of people, they don't grow together; they grow apart. But if you can kind of stay on that same
Yes.
wavelength, and even if
That's
you
the
go
difference.
this way a little bit that way, but you got to always try to find a way to come back. So there's a lot of things that I attribute to being married for 37 years. Um, this is something I always say too. Tony does him, I do me. We do the girls, and we do each other. You know, he does stuff like with his friends. He loves to have his little boy trips. I have my girl trips, so I do things with my friends. We do a lot of things together, and then
Sure.
we take the they're not kids, we're grown women now, but we vacation or do a lot of family stuff. But you got to allow that person to have some me time, some space. I love him, but I don't want to be around him every day, 24/7. You know, I'll be like, ain't you got somewhere to go? Ain't you going out of town? Because that's my turn, to do stuff. And then one of the things I really think that keep us together, we're both nurturing. We both love people. We love bringing people together. And we've had a lot of we gave birth to 2 children, but we got a boatload of other kids or God sons
Awesome.
and daughters and nieces and nephews that aren't really our nieces and nephews because our children's friends really look at us and they love us, and my house is very busy, very busy. But we love that. And if there was one person who didn't want to be bothered, wanted to be recluse, that would get on their nerves and that would be a problem. But we love entertaining. We love people over. We love sharing the little we have. We love that. And so we have a lot of the same interests and a lot of the same goals, in life. And a lot of the same things make us happy. That's the other thing, too. It's like a lot of different things make you happy. Everybody's not going to be the wealthiest person and the most famous person in the world. And if you can settle and be happy, and I don't even want to use the word settle, but if you can appreciate God for what He's given you, the blessings, and you're happy with your life and the people that you have
Absolutely.
around you, then, I mean, if you both feel that way, you look back and you go like, wow, we really have a good life together. That's how we feel. We look at our beautiful kids, we're going to become grandparents, and we're like, we're happy about all that. We feel blessed that we've had the life that we have.
That's awesome. Vanessa Bell Calloway, Thank you so much for being here. Any final or last words you want to give to your fans?
Thank you, Ebony, for having me, and good luck with your show. I'm so proud of you, so happy for you, and I know it's going to go great. And take care.
Take care. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. Vanessa Bell Calloway.
America, welcome to IPTV.